Hi everyone, my name is Valkyria. I am from Brazil and I will share with you something very special I learned studying Luke chapter 7. In moments of disappointment and sorrow, we all need to remember the widow of Nain. Many times in life we have those moments of uncertainty, doubt, and deception. We need to remember that Jesus went on Nain to help and bless a widow. Sometimes we can feel that God is not so near us in our daily lives, or that He is busy with another more important task than us. In Luke chapter 7, we learn about a woman, no name mentioned, that was passing through a great sorrow and pain. Her only son had died, and she had no personal support anymore. In those days in ancient Israel, the social, spiritual, and financial terms for a widow implied no other help to sustain her personal needs, and she was condemned to isolation. At that point, Jesus, in some way, felt the situation of that woman in desperation. Maybe she had spent the last hour sprawled on her dirt floor, begging Heavenly Father to know why she was suffering all those things. Or maybe she was terrified of the possibility of being alone and not knowing how to face the days ahead. All you know is what Luke mentioned in chapter 7, that Jesus went from Capernaum to Nain, 30 miles of distance, accompanied by a large group of disciples, to be able to intercept the burial procession the day after. As Christ approached the city after a very taxing journey, a young man, probably in his 20s, was being carried out on a burial slab. Luke tells us that this young man was a widow's only son, and some scholars interpret the Greek text to imply that she had no other offspring. A large group of villagers accompanied her in this most unfortunate family tragedy. Jesus met the procession and had compassion on her. When he saw her tear-stained face as she walked behind the procession, Jesus felt great compassion for this woman. But it appears that his compassion came from feelings he experienced long before he just happened to intercept that burial in Torch. He had clearly planned to be there in her moment of need. Jesus then told the widow to weep not, in verses 13. Unafraid of a ritual uncleanness, he touched the bier, and the procession stood still. He then commanded, "Young man, I say unto thee, arise." And he that was dead sat up, began to speak, and Jesus delivered him to his mother. Naturally, the crowd of villagers and Jesus' followers were always struck as their shared grief turned to a pure joy. They all glorified God, saying that a great prophet is rising among us. But this miracle was also about rescuing one desperate soul. Jesus was aware that something was very wrong with this woman, someone who was looked down on in their culture. Her situation cried out for his immediate attention, even if he had to travel far to be there precisely at the right moment. He knew her desperate situation, and he came quickly. President Thomas S. Monson spoke undeniable truth when he said, "One day, when we look back at the seeming coincidences of our lives, will realize that perhaps they weren't so coincidental after all." Thank you for watching.